So that was Eager Earl. We're going to talk about Angry Alex. Do what I say. Angry Alex. Okay, the word anger. Okay, the definition. Strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. In other words, rage, irritation, displeasure, emotional. Remember that word, emotional. Guys that get angry over things are labeled as emotional. Emotional is a feminine characteristic. So symptoms: getting overly jealous for little reason, being rude or upset when not getting your way, throwing a tantrum through text. Okay, the cure for this is to take a chill pill, read some books by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, A New Earth, those books. Relax your mind, read the 4 Agreements, focus on things you can be grateful for, because if you're walking around as the angry Alex, not only will women be repulsed by you, people will be repulsed by you. People don't like to be around the loose cannons, the unpredictable, angry people. Those are people that make other people uncomfortable. So, okay, I don't know if we need to read that now. We'll just get right into it. We'll get right into it. You got the author here. I can explain things. I don't need to read every word for word. Okay, so 3 signs of an angry Alex. When she is hanging out with her friends, do you constantly ask her who else is going to be there? Okay, I know there's guys like this, and I get, and if you piece these things together, you'll probably figure out why I've came to the conclusion that I have, that, you know, dating, long-term relationships are just not worth it these days, because the principles you have to follow to make it work are the same things that will get you in trouble. So it's like, okay, so like stuff like this, who else is going to be there, right? If worrying about girls going to girls' nights out and all that stuff, well, if you worry about that and you check in on her, then you become emotional. You become off as this angry Alex guy, and you lose attraction from women. But on the flip side, we know that if girls are going out to girls' nights out all the time, it's not going to be good for the relationship. So again, a lot of these things, the more that you learn about this and piece all this stuff together and you see where society is, that's why more guys are just like, oh, I get it, why marriage is a bad deal for men. Because how can you possibly keep up the things that you need to keep up to be a strong man in this world? How can you possibly do that with the systems that are set in place? So here's the problem. No one likes to feel babysat. Okay, women like to rebel, guys. If you haven't read about Eve in the Garden of Eden, women like to rebel. So this puts her on the defensive mode. If you're a guy that's always checking in, who's going to be there? You know, I want you to tell me who's all there when you get to there. Send me a picture of everyone that's going to be in the room. You know, like I don't know how many guys do this, but I definitely know for sure guys do this. I know guys that do this, and I know women that tell me the rules that they had when they were dating certain guys. And if you're the guy that will get upset if any other guy shows up that she didn't expect, okay? So in time, this will lead to her possibly lying just to prevent a fight from happening. Because I know guys that would get so upset if a girl was at a group setting where there was, you know, maybe it was her girlfriends, but there were also other guys there. If there was any other guy in the room, this guy would get super upset and he would like tell her she can't go. She can't do this. But what happens is in time, this will happen where what if some guy randomly shows up? And again, that does happen. Well, these women will start lying just to prevent a fight from happening. She'll lie. She won't tell you who was really there. She'll start hiding things from you because she doesn't want to prevent that jealousy from popping up and all that stuff. Well, either way, that's eventually going to create a resentful, unhealthy, and not fun relationship. So if you are the guy that's always asking who's going to be there and you're very overly protective like that, again, that shows insecurities because you're so worried about who else is going to be around, and that makes her want to rebel because she feels so controlled. So here's another one. Do you always try to control her and tell her what to do. Problem. This just tells her that you feel so out of control in your own life that being able to control her makes you feel better. Women want a man in control of his own life, not of her life. Yeah, this one's big, guys. Because again, this is where guys that don't fully understand when guys say like alpha males or whatever, and guys have this picture in their head of like the douchebag guy that like goes in, tries to get in fights with all the people at the bar, like that type of alpha male, which is to me not an alpha male, it's just a douchebag. A lot of guys get this wrong idea of what it means to be alpha, and so they think they need to control her and tell her what to do. But the problem is, again, telling women to do something, they want to rebel. They won't respect that. Okay, let's just say a girl brings up other men. Instead of telling her like, stop bringing up other men around me, it's like it's much better to just freeze her out, to not give her attention, to ignore her, bringing up that conversation. You don't reward behavior you don't want. But when a girl does something and a guy emotionally reacts, even if he's like, stop doing that. I don't want you to go over to that person's house. I don't want you to do that. You give her this emotional reaction. Go ahead, try it. What you'll see is women will rebel and they'll want to feel free. So they will test that boundary that you're putting up on them. Versus the guys this is why when you embrace this mindset, she's never yours, it's just your turn. It's so freeing. You don't have any reason to be emotional or jealous or anything or possessive of women. You just can't. There's no, so yeah, just remember that, guys. She's never yours. It's just your turn. And again, that's why like trying to control her will never work out well for you at all. I got to bring this up. I think I've brought this up before, but I see this a lot with the guys that have grown up in a religious setting, and they have in the Bible, right? The Bible says that men are the leaders and that the women should respect and submit to the husband. Okay, well, the guys that I know that have grown up in that setting that go, yeah, she'll submit to me. That's what she's supposed to do. It's in the Bible, and they just expect that a woman should submit to them, and then they try to like control her or tell her what to do. It doesn't work. It backfires because those guys are doing what they think is supposed to happen, but they're trying to tell her to make it happen rather than acting a certain way to where she wants to just follow your lead because she wants to, not because she has to, because you're telling her she has to. So anyway, if you come off as a possessive, controlling guy, these days, women are just like, nah, swipe left. I'll move on. I'll go with some other guy. Just the truth of it. And then here's number 3 for angry Alex. Do you get upset if she doesn't text you back quickly? Do you get controlling in that part? Why aren't you texting me back? Hey, I saw you left me on red. Why'd you leave me on red? You confront her. You're getting emotional. You're getting upset about stuff like that. Okay? Well, an important note about anger is we do know this, right? Men are biologically built to be bigger and stronger than most women. So if you show signs of anger through your texting, or if you take this alpha mentality the wrong way, which this is what I see a lot of guys do when they go from being the pleaser guy, they go too far to this control. They try to be this like decisive guy, but it comes across as totally controlling. If you show signs of that through your texting or through online dating, she will be extremely scared to be alone with you in person. And as men, we don't have to typically worry about these physical things, but women do. And there are crazy stories out there of crazy possessive men that, because those stories are out there, you just have to know that, that's the thing. Like there are guys that take this too far. So when women get any sense that a guy is angry or emotional in that sense and can't control his anger, it scares them in a bad way. Now, with this same idea, and again, I'm trying to put up as many things into play that you may have heard so that you understand why, these things are so important. Like a lot of guys here, okay, well, women are into, BDSM, or women like to be choked or spanked or their hair pulled, okay? Well, Again, in my experience, a lot of women do enjoy that. However, what a woman loves is for a man who's biologically stronger and bigger than her, she loves that biological raw power of a man that could do something bad to her and she would have no control. It's that's the fantasy almost in that sense. However, women like to experience a guy like choking them or spanking them or pulling their hair if it's a guy that she can trust, can hold his emotions so he doesn't take it too far. So this is why, like, when I'm in the bedroom with a lot of women, women want to do the crazy stuff. They want to be choked. They want to be spanked. They want their hair pulled. They want all of that stuff. But it's only because they want it from a guy that they can trust, won't take it too far. So if you're giving these signs that you're angry or emotional or controlling, those are going to be the things where then in the bedroom, if you try to get aggressive at all, it's going to freak her out. It's going to scare her. And so I know we get all these conflicting things about how to be dominant, but if you're too dominant, then she's gets scared. I know it's a hard game to understand, but that's why I'm going to try to just fill you guys in with as many little pieces of this to try to make the overall picture a little more clear. But when you come across as angry or controlling in your texting or online dating, women just aren't interested. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.